Hello and welcome to this MBL webinar on navigating AI-driven threats and defenses in financial services. My name's Rob Bateman, and over the next 30 minutes, we're going to look at three things: how attackers target the AI systems that financial services firms now depend on, what the law expects firms to do about it, and how incident response needs to change to account for these AI-related problems. So this is a short session, but it's built for practical value. Each section is anchored to a real-life incident, regulation, or case. A quick note on the scope. We'll focus on the GDPR, DORA, and the EU AI Act, with UK comparisons along the way. This is legal training rather than legal advice, so always take advice on your own facts. So a few words about me before we start. I am a senior partner at Privacy Partnership, where I work as an outsourced data protection officer and consultant across a range of sectors, which have included payments and identity verification. So my angle on this topic, I'm a data protection specialist rather than a career banker. What I bring to this subject is mostly on the compliance and vendor assessment side. I spend a lot of my time working with providers, which is exactly where several of the attacks we will discuss today land first. I also track enforcement very closely. So where a regulator has actually said something about these risks, you'll hear about it. If anything in this session raises questions about your own arrangements, my email address is on the screen. I'm always happy to hear from delegates. So first, why this topic and why now? Well, the Bank of England and the FCA just run a joint survey on AI in the UK financial services. The most recent published edition found that 3/4 of firms already use AI, with another 1 in 10 planning to adopt it within 3 years. 3 findings from that survey matter for this session. First, respondents rated cybersecurity as the highest perceived systemic risk from AI. Second, over half of all AI use cases involve some degree of automated decision-making. And third, around 1/3 of cases are third-party implementations. So much of that risk sits in the supply chain rather than your own estate. That combination is the theme of this session. Firms have wired statistical models into fraud detection, anti-money laundering, credit decisions, consumer identity checks. Those models can be attacked in ways that conventional security controls were never designed to catch. So we'll start with a taxonomy of the attacks. We'll spend time on 2 types with the most practical significance, and then map everything into the 3 legal regimes I mentioned, finishing with an incident response and a short action list.